name is Chelsea and welcome back to my channel. For today's video, we're going to be reading all of the children's book finalists for the Goodreads Choice Awards. Now, I definitely did not come up with this by myself. This is definitely based on an idea that Books and Lala did last year where she read the top 10 finalists for the thriller category. And I've even seen some other people on Twitter claim that they're going to be doing some other categories for the Goodreads Choice Awards. Me being a new mom, my son, who's actually being super cute right now.
Hi, baby. Hi, you chillin'? You playing? Yeah.
So, as I was saying, at the time of filming this today on November 19th, I don't actually know when the finals were posted, but I did see that they were posted at least by today. He is 3 months. He will be 4 months on December 1st, and I believe the final round for voting is open until December 2nd. So we're going for like a 3-month-old, 4-month-old. He has taken over my entire life. I don't know if you guys can tell, my hair is crazy, hasn't been washed in like 2, almost 3 days now, and so I read more picture books than I do normal books nowadays. I've read 2 books so far for November, and they were both manga. I am falling really far behind on my goals, except for picture books. So behind me over here we have his book area, his little bookshelf. Although we did get another bookshelf that we need to actually put together for this room as well, for actual picture book sized books, because all of these books are like the little small board books, and the picture books that we have are all off to the side. There's actually more over here, but they don't fit on these shelves. Now, I could make this really easy on myself and just read the top 10 finalists for these picture books once. However, I have read every single picture book that we own multiple times, sometimes multiple times a day. And so I feel like a good test of whether or not something is a good picture book, at least for me, is going to be if it has that rereadability, because I can definitely picture him when he gets older wanting to read his favorite picture books over and over and over again. And like I said, I'm already sort of doing that. We try to do story time almost every single time that we're in this room for tummy time. It just ends up being part of our little routine, and so we do it 2 to 3, sometimes 4 times a day. And so I have read the Pig the Pug books at least 20 times since I bought them like 2 months ago. I have Dr. Seuss stuff in here that I've read so many freaking times. Also board books over here, these 2 on the top shelf, the 8 Little Planets and the Watermelon Seed that I actually purchased for myself when I was pregnant. I've read these again so many freaking times because they're some of my favorite picture books. He loves looking at the pages, and so I feel like a good test for those picture books are going to be exactly how many times I can read them without getting tired of it. So what we're going to do today... Hi! Did you want to come and help? Not you exactly, Pippin. You don't really pay attention to story time. Okay. So I think we'll have him help us, but I think what we're going to do today is look, actually I haven't looked yet, at the top 10 Goodreads picture book finalists. I have been voting in the first 2 rounds, like the quarterfinals and then semifinals, or however they did it, for picture books, because there is literally 1 book that had been on that list that I have read previously, but it is also a super freaking cute, adorable picture book, and if it's on the finalist list, I'm definitely buying it because I do not own it, but I want it. I actually read it when it was on sale as a special sort of deal at Barnes & Noble. This was when I was pregnant before I had him, but it is adorable. So I have been voting for that one, but I'm curious to see if I'm going to have any new favorites once I do actually read these ones. Okay, so what we're going to do, hopefully I have this both on obviously my phone, I'm doing a screen recording of it, but also I'm hoping to be able to see my reaction as well as this. What we're gonna do is go to the Choice Awards 2019. And then I haven't looked at any of the finalists or cast any votes yet. I'm basically just gonna go straight to picture books for this video. And we're gonna see what we have here. So we should have the top 10. So for the first one, we have A Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood, The Poetry of Mr. Rogers by Fred Rogers. Mr. Rogers was a big part of my childhood, so we'll definitely see how that book is because of the fact that, like, literally, almost every day we were watching Mr. Rogers, so that I can definitely believe on this list. We also have, I want to say, Sulwe by Lupita Nyong'o. So that one is written, obviously, by a very famous actress. I don't know what it's about, but I love the cover of it, and so I'm very excited for that one. We also have A Tiger Like Me by Michael Engler, another one that looks pretty darn cute. And then we have The Good Egg by Jory John. That is the one that I had been voting for previously because I have read that. I find it super adorable. He also was the one that wrote The Bad Seed, and I heard they're coming out with another one either the end of this year or beginning of next year called The Cool Bean, so I'm very excited for those ones. We have Unicorn Day by Diana Murray. Hair Love by Matthew A. Cherry. That's the one I'm a little bit apprehensive about personally, only because it looks like a cute, important book, but I am not the demographic, or even my son would not be the demographic that that book is actually going for. So I'm hoping it is still really, really cute, but I don't think I'm gonna personally favor it. We have A Piglet Named Mercy by Kate DiCamillo. So this one is obviously based on a pig named Mercy. She has like the chapter books for slightly older kids. We have Because by Mo Willems. I don't know what that one is about. It looks like maybe music. We Are Not Friends by Anna Kong. That one also looks really adorable. And then Just Because by Mac Barnett. I also don't know what that one's about. I want to say this one was not in the very first round. I could be mistaken. There were also some really, really cute books in the semifinal round that I'm going to have to definitely take a look at later. But those are not part of this video here. So I think we have a very good range of books. The next thing that we're going to have to do is go purchase these books because, like I said, I don't want to have it just be like me reading these books to him once. I want it to be us actually doing the full experiment of trying to see if it's possible to really read these books over and over and over and still have the same enjoyment of them. We might even have more enjoyment of them the more we read them. Who knows? But that is the good test of a good picture book, is being able to stand it after you've read it at least 10 times. So, yes, the next time you guys will see me, I bet we will be on a trip to the bookstore. Now we are back home. It is actually Friday, November 22nd. We went to the bookstore yesterday to pick up the last books that I needed to do this video. Please excuse me, we are both sick right now, both me and the baby, so we're all just doing okay actually. He's very, very happy hanging out over here. Hi, Presley. Hi, Presley. So, we're doing okay. We just have that nice, you know, congestion, post-nasal drip, fun stuff. This is the first time he's been sick, and he's almost 4 months old, so I think we did pretty well so far. But, like I was saying, I picked up 3 more books at Barnes & Noble, which you guys saw the footage of earlier. I did something that I don't normally like to do, and I did buy 7 out of the 10 books on Amazon because they were so so much cheaper. And picture books like this, these averaged at like $18 to $20 a piece, and that was a lot for picture books. But so what I did is I did the seven of them on Amazon, and then there were 2 of the ones on Amazon that were actually not going to be available to even have shipped out until like after Thanksgiving, and then there was one that the price difference was basically nothing, and so I got a better deal at Barnes & Noble. So I got 3 of them there yesterday. By the time we got home and everything, and us being sort of sick, I did not film anything yet. But what we're going to do today, at least, is go through my first impressions of these books. We're probably not going to read them all right away, but we're going to go over the first impressions of them. This weekend, we are actually driving to LA to pick up Leon's parents, who are coming in all the way from China to hang out with us for the holidays. So we're going this weekend. They're going to be here for Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's, Chinese New Year's, and then they're leaving in the middle of February, which I'm happy that they're going to be here to help out a little bit with Presley, and I can actually do other things. But also, we have to go do that. That is going to be a long drive. I think it's usually like 6 hours, but now with the baby, and this is going to be his first actual road trip. That's going to be interesting. I'm actually going to do a vlog since it is his first road trip, sort of like, I don't know, I feel like I like to do home video sort of style things, but also just vlogging a lot of the stuff that happens in his life, because I like to look back on those videos. Yeah. But so I'm going to be vlogging that, and actually that will probably go up before this video, so if it is, I will leave it linked down below. But without me talking any longer, we are going to go through first impressions of these. I will then start reading these books to Presley either later today or on Monday, because we're not going to have much time this weekend. This is just the way that the stack ended up here, so I'm just going to go top down because that's going to be easiest. These are not in any particular order, except for basically how they came into me, ish. They're a little bit out of order, but that's because Leon decided to go through them and was starting to look at all the books, and I was like, please don't do that in front of me, because I don't want to be spoiled for a lot of this kind of stuff. Like I've said before, I've only read 1 book, and I did look at that one a little bit. I did not reread it yet, but I do love that book, and so I was looking at it a little bit. Okay, again, I'm going to stop rambling. The first book that we have here is A Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood, The Poetry of Mr. Rogers. So this one here, I don't quite know what I was expecting or not, but it was not this. Now, this is a cute book and everything. This one, as you guys could probably have seen in my Barnes & Noble footage, was not in the picture book section. This was in the children's poetry section, and it is actually quite thick. This is not going to go very well if I try to read it like a picture book all in one sitting to Presley, and I don't think this is going to be a book that I would necessarily be able to reread over and over and over again. The back actually says, a treasury of 75 beloved songs presented as a beautiful illustrated volume of poetry. So I grew up with Mr. Rogers, and I could see where this is going to be super cute. Our end papers. And then this is another thing that I like to look at with children's books, is if I take the dust jacket off, does it have a really nice cover underneath? Most of the time, they are covers that match the dust jacket, which I actually do prefer, but that is because if this is going to be a book that's going to be in my children's bedroom, yes, I'm not going to keep the dust jacket on them. I just don't. So all of my picture books that I have over here, some of them didn't have dust jackets in the first place, like the whole Pig the Pug series, but all the other ones I took off. Yeah, he's so squeaky. And then, so there was one also, a different picture book that I have that had a dust jacket, but it was like a Barnes & Noble exclusive, and it was a poster. So we did actually, you know, hang that one up. Let me adjust this camera again. I want to say that's sort of where we had it before. We're going to go with it. So that's another criteria for me personally, is if I can take the dust jacket off. But like I said, I don't think this one is going to be a very easy one to do. I'm not opposed to poetry collections for children, especially since I absolutely loved like Shel Silverstein back in the day. When I was in elementary school, those books were always checked out of the library. You had to like really be on it if you wanted to read them, and I think I read those ones millions of times, basically, over and over and over again. So a poetry collection can be really, really nice. I just personally don't feel like it necessarily fit into the picture book category. Like, it has pictures in it, but then so do some of the other poetry books nowadays for adults. This could have been, I feel like, in the poetry section. It might not have done as well, but I don't think, even if I like this, I don't think this would be what I would vote for as my favorite picture book. We also have A Piglet Named Mercy. This is by Kate DiCamillo. This one, I have not read any of Kate DiCamillo's books, but I do know that she has a Pig Named Mercy series that are chapter books, so they are younger than middle grade books. And this one is obviously like the origin story of Mercy, so it's A Piglet Named Mercy. Again, really, really cute cover, and we have like blue checked end papers, and then under our dust jacket. Okay, so we do have a cute little illustration. It is not the same under the dust jacket as on the dust jacket, but it's a pig with toast, and it is really, really cute. So even though it's different, I still think this would be cute enough that I would be okay taking the dust jacket off and letting my son play around with it when he gets older and not having to worry about it. It's not a plain underneath. Then we have We Are Not Friends by Anna Kong. Anna or Anna Kong. So this one I know is supposed to be part of a series of like working together, or like We Are Not Friends is like talking about having friends, and I think they have like other ones that have the not in it, and it's all more of like having to deal with your emotions. These should be a little bit more educational. So this one, yeah, being friends is so much fun, but when a new pal shows up, everything changes. Suddenly, three's a crowd. If anyone can figure out how to sort through it, it's the Two Fuzzy Creatures from Theodore Seuss Geisel Award winner You Are Not Small. So I'm assuming that was maybe the first one of the series. And then underneath the dust jacket, we do have a matching cover, which I love, and we just have lime green end papers. Then we also have Unicorn Day, words by Diana Murray. So this I don't know much about at all. All I know is it has unicorns. On the back it says, hooray, hooray, it's Unicorn Day when unicorns come out to play. So I don't know if there's an overall message to this. It might just be really cute unicorns. The most important rule of Unicorn Day is to have fun, fun, fun. Okay, end papers are a bunch of cupcakes, so that is really, really cute. And then underneath our dust jacket, we have our unicorns. The only thing that is really different is on our dust jacket, the unicorns have little bits of glitter like in their hair or on their horns. I don't even know if you guys can really see it. Some of it, like in the sun, you can sort of see it does that. On obviously the naked hardcover, it doesn't, but it's still really cute. So unicorns. We also have Sulwe, I want to say, by Lupita Nyong'o. So this is one that I absolutely love the colors of the cover. I have no idea, again, what it's about. I love that the Sulwe looks sort of glittery as well. It's not just a shiny, like the book feels sort of like the velvety covers, and Sulwe is more slick and shiny, but it also has like little glitters in there. We have yellow end papers that look sort of like a tribal design almost. And underneath, okay, this is also really, really pretty. It's just blue stars. However, it does not have, you know, our main character, I'm assuming, on the cover. And so if I did take the dust jacket off, which is gonna happen, I don't like it quite as much as I could for a picture book. Now, if this was like a hardcover young adult book or even a middle grade or anything like that, and it had this gorgeous naked hardcover underneath, I would be super, super happy. But for a picture book, I sort of wish we had her on the cover. And it says, Sulwe has skin the color of midnight. She is darker than anyone in her family. She is darker than anyone in her school. Sulwe just wants to be beautiful and bright like her mother and sister. Then a magical journey in the night sky opens her eyes and changes everything. Okay, so this sounds like it's gonna have a really, really cute, important message, and I'm very excited to read this one. We also have Just Because by Mac Barnett. On the back it just says, why is the ocean blue? I'm assuming just because. I don't know much about this either. Oh, excuse you. But I do like the sort of illustrated style that's on the cover, so we shall definitely see about that. Yeah, why is the ocean blue? What is rain? What happened to the dinosaurs? Curious minds are rewarded with curious answers in this fantastical bedtime book for dreamers who are always looking for more than the answer just because. Okay, that's really, really cute. I am very excited to read this one as well. Our end papers are black with like colorful bubbles or circles on there, and then under the dust jacket, okay, another one that's like really, really cute if it was just a normal hardcover book, but the fact that it's a picture book, I do miss this cover. Like I do prefer this cover like on the naked hardcover, but I'm missing the picture book cover because the dust jacket's gonna come off. There's no way I'm keeping that on with this young of a baby, but I'm very excited that this is, I'm very excited that this is more of like a science-y, curious minds sort of book. Ready to read this one. We also have Because by Mo Willems, who is for the score, and then it says Performance by Amber Wren. I'm not too sure about that one. Don't eat my hand. Because an unexpected note can change a life. So I don't know what the difference is between score and performance. I don't know if that means that Amber Wren helped write it or not. But this one is musical. When you open it up, our end papers are the Symphony number 8 in B minor. So it's obviously like a musical score there. Franz Schubert. And then this is under our dust jacket. So again, this one I do prefer a little bit more because we at least have like our main character on the cover and not just a pretty design. But it's again not the exact same thing as on the dust jacket. And it says Mo Willems, a #1 New York Times bestselling author and illustrator, composes a powerful symphony of chance, discovery, persistence, and magic in this moving tale of a young girl's journey to center stage. And then Amber Wren is the illustrator. So that makes sense. So words and stuff by Mo Willems, illustrations by Amber Wren. Next, we have Hair Love by Matthew A. Cherry. So this is the one that I know you guys heard me say I was the most apprehensive to read, just based on the fact that I am an adult white woman, and my son, although mixed race, is half Asian, half white. He's not gonna have to deal with certain things that people of other races are gonna have to deal with, so this is not, we're not the intended audience for this. However, when I got it, I flipped through it just a little bit, just to see like the illustration style, and it actually looks like it's gonna be really, really adorable, so I'm super, super excited for this. And so this one, it says, Zuri's hair lets her be her. It coils and kinks to perfectly match a princess tiara or a superhero cape. But an extra special day calls for an extra special style. So it sounds like it's gonna be her and her dad trying to do her hair. And it's gonna be really cute. We have purple end papers, and we do have the actual cover picture under our dust jacket. Next, we have The Good Egg. So this is the one that I actually have read before, and so I'm very excited to read this again. It's been quite a while since I've read it, but this is about a very, very good egg, and all the sort of, not necessarily consequences from that, but basically, I just absolutely love the style for this. And back here, this author also, like I said before, I'm pretty sure did The Bad Seed, which I also want to get my hands on eventually. I just did not purchase it now since I bought, you know, 9 other books. And they're going to be doing The Cool Bean eventually. Sounds really, really cute. So, our end papers are like anthropomorphized breakfast food items. They all have little eyes and hands and feet. And then also, underneath our dust jacket, just the same as on the dust jacket. And then we have one more book down here. This one is A Tiger Like Me by Michael Engler. I don't know much about this either, except for I think it's about a boy who is like pretending to be a tiger. A little boy, no, a tiger, tells us all about what he gets up to on an ordinary day, about how he wakes up in his tiger den, what he eats for breakfast at his feeding spot, and about how little tigers feel when they are wide awake, hungry, thirsty, or in the mood for adventures. Interesting. One other interesting thing is it has, you know, pretty end papers, but it also has like a quote on here. I don't know if it's a quote from the book or if it's just something the author wanted to put on the end papers, but I really enjoy the look of these. And then underneath our dust jacket, we do again have our picture book cover, the same as on the dust jacket. So, he's doing really good right now, and it's not quite nap time yet. I'm wondering if we should start with a book and start reading some of these today. We might have to take a break over this weekend. But you know, I think I might even just start with The Good Egg, because it's one that I've read before, and I really want to reread it again and see if it still holds up to what I remember it being. And then we'll have to see how all these other books fare, because I'm sure most of these are going to be absolutely adorable. The Good Egg. You like this cover? You ready to read it? Look. Oh, hello. I was just rescuing this cat. Know why? Because I'm a good egg. A very good egg. I love this part. A very good egg. Look at all these crazy eggs. I love it. The end. Yay! Good book, good book, good book. So, finished The Good Egg. Again, I really, really like this one. I think I like it a lot because of the message it really has in it. The fact that he's a good egg, but it actually starts to take a toll on him, both emotionally and physically, because he's trying to have everybody else be as good as he is. And it teaches you that you don't necessarily have to worry too much, and it tells you some good ideas on how to sort of calm down and alleviate some of that little anxiety you might be having. I know this was sort of how I felt when I was a kid. I felt like I had to be perfect, and I could not understand why other people couldn't. So I think this is really, really good. I'm really hoping that this helps instill those kind of messages with kids. And this is definitely one that we are planning on keeping on our shelves and absolutely loving for a good long time from now. I absolutely love it, especially the fact that it has all these eggs in here with like egg names or shell names, and then you have Frank and other Frank. That part kills me every single time, but absolutely love this book. Okay, let's see. What should we read next? Unicorn Day. You like this one? Yeah, you know we like to read, huh? Unicorn Day. Okay, let's see. Oh, I love this end paper. I don't know if you guys can see it here, and he's not letting me do it very easy. But at the end, they have them eating the cupcakes. Really adorable. Yay, good book, good book, good book. So he's having fun hitting this book right now. This is adorable. I do actually prefer children's books that rhyme a lot, and so this one did have that rhyming pattern. I don't want this to come out sounding the wrong way, but I feel like this book is a little girly. And that is for me personally. When I was younger, I was very much more of a tomboy, and I liked the ones that were more gender neutral or actually a little bit more action adventure-y. And so This book, if I was a kid, would probably not be my favorite. However, I'm not discounting a book like this for my son. Like, if he wants to have, you know, things that are a little bit more aimed at girls or aimed at boys or however he wants to do it, I'm perfectly fine with that. But I do feel like this one, at least compared to like The Good Egg, which I felt like was definitely something marketed to both genders, to anybody, this feels a little bit more like it's marketed for girls. But it was a really, really cute story. I love the art style on this. So pictures by Luke Flowers, that, you know, is just really adorable, like especially the glitter fight page. Like, the attention to detail with these unicorns and everything is absolutely perfect, and I love it quite a lot. So, I think this is an easy one to read. It has less words and stuff than The Good Egg, which is the only 2 books I've read so far. And so I think this is definitely one that could be quick to read, but also could have a lot of easiness for the reread factor, because of the fact that it's not going to take too long, it's not going to feel too hard to get through. So yeah, really, really cute. While we're here, I think we might read another one, because we usually, if we have, you know, a story time sitting session, we usually do read at least 2 books. So let's pick one more. Okay, I'm personally really curious about because all the wonderful things he does. Because my husband was looking at this last night, and I did not want him to spoil it too much for me. So, like I've been doing with every book that we've read so far, I'm taking off the dust jacket, because you can tell he likes to tap and hit our books. Again, this one does not have the same cover as the dust jacket, but I really like it. Like, look at the back. This one I feel like fits the book pretty well. Okay, you want to read this one, baby? You like the pictures? Okay. And then just a page with the beautiful orchestra. The end. Yay! Good book, good book, good book, good book. Okay, he keeps just hitting this book. This was hard to read. I think his attention is wavering a little bit. He kept putting his hands in a place where I didn't want to turn the page too quickly or anything, because I didn't want him to get any paper cuts. This book felt even quicker than the Unicorn Day. Not that that's a bad thing, just quicker than I thought it was going to be. This is really cute. I did start sort of like, not fully tearing up, but it definitely got me in a way within the last couple pages of the book, and it wasn't like it was necessarily anything super big, but it was part of the because of this, then this is what happened, and it just, I don't know, it just hit me. So this is really, really cute. It's a very, very quick read, but again, the illustrations really helped bring it to life, and I loved the pictures of this one. I'm still a little bit bummed that this book doesn't match the dust jacket, but it's gonna go on the shelf over here, minus the dust jacket, because that's what happens. I do sort of like that the spine is just, it's like cloth-ish, and it just has, you know, because on the side. But yeah, now, because of the fact that he kept hitting it, I'm just so happy that he's not feeling too gross today, because we do both have a cold. I think mine started coming on a little bit before his, but we both basically got at the exact same time. I'm definitely feeling better than I have been, and I think he will be very, very soon. He's been acting normal, so we've been able to do story time, play time, you know, but he does also want to cuddle a little bit more. But yeah, so I think we're done with story time for now, where we will hopefully be finishing this stack in the next 2 days, in the next 2 camera days, and then I might not show you guys all of the rereading that we're going to be doing, but I will give you guys my overall thoughts after we have at least read every single book a couple times. We're practicing sitting. me read a book? Okay, ready? A Tiger Like Me. Yes. Even before the first ray of sunshine lights the sky, one animal is already stirring. In the tiger's den, two eyes blink sleepily. The peaceful night is over because the king of the forest is awake. I can already tell you, I am getting very tired of reading pages that are this freaking long, and it doesn't really seem to have too much story to it. It's just him being a tiger. I do love these like tiger lines at the bottom of every page, but right now I'm loving the illustrations more than the actual book. The tiger returns to his den where he lies down, worn out after a long, exciting day. In the forest and on the plain, everything is finally silent. The little tiger shuts his eyes and dreams. The end. Yay! Good book, good book, good book. Good book. I personally don't really like this one. It had lots and lots of words per page. It also had a lot of like run-on sentences and like and I don't fully understand the story. It's a kid who thinks he's a tiger, but at the same time, he doesn't actually do any tiger things. He just talks about himself like he's a tiger while he goes about his day. I did like the little lines of like, I am a tiger after each chunk of huge words, but I don't see myself reading this ever again. I don't know. I just didn't really get it. I loved the illustrations way more than the actual story. Also, today is Tuesday. We got home fine from our road trip getting Leon's parents. But because of that, they have been all about this baby, which, you know, is perfectly fine. I get some time where I don't have to hold him, but it makes trying to read some picture books with him a little bit harder than normal because everybody wants to hold him instead of, you know, doing our normal day-to-day routine. So I think we're gonna try and read one more book right now because otherwise I probably won't have any time today because I'm sure they're gonna steal him from me in just a second. So let's pick out one more book. Okay, the next one on the stack is Hair Love. Here we go. Ooh, another book, baby. You want to read? Okay. Let's open it. He is trying to help so hard, as in he's trying to eat the book, and it's hard to turn these pages. Here we go. The end. Yay! Good book, good book, good book. Yeah! Okay, so we just finished Hair Love. So this is much cuter than I originally first thought it was going to be. Not in a way that I was thinking it wasn't going to be cute, but in a way that I didn't really think it was going to be super focused for something for us, which is also true. It is definitely not something marketed toward a white woman with a half white, half Asian boy baby who's probably not gonna have to deal with hair, things like this. It was actually really, really adorable. I loved the drawings in this, like the artistry was amazing, and I loved the characters. It was actually a really, really quick read. So compared to A Tiger Like Me that we just read, which was like super long, this was much, much quicker. Maybe a little too quick, a little too simplistic, but really, really cute. Okay, so I think we're gonna be done now so that other people can hold the baby, but also he's getting a little bit fussy. But we've read 2 books so far. We're gonna try and fit in some more tomorrow. Thursday's Thanksgiving. We have until December 2nd, I believe, to read these books because I do want to get them all finished by the time we can start voting on the finals. Hopefully we will do that soon, but I think we are done for today. You want to read a book? You want to read a book? Just because. The end. Well then, that was very, very short and very interesting. Not nearly as scientific as I thought it was going to be, based on the fact that on the summary it said curious minds were rewarded with curious answers. In this fantastical bedtime book for dreamers who are always looking for more than the answer just because. Well, I guess I assumed it was going to be more scientific, but it very was fantastical. Everything was very out there and weird, but it was very, very quick. It was sort of cute, but I'm still not entirely too sure how I feel about it. I almost wish it actually gave real answers, whereas instead it felt a lot sort of like when people ask of like, what is the rain, and like somebody is like, oh, it's when God cries because you're naughty. Like, I don't know. It was weird. So, yes, just because. Let me read another one. Hopefully this one's better. We'll read Sulway. Yay! Good book, good book, good book. Okay, so the dust jacket for this is a little too far away for me to reach right now, but we did finish Sulway. Oh, you like the pretty stars on there? And it was a good book. I do feel like for a children's picture book, it was a little bit too wordy for my personal tastes. However, I really love the message in here. It is definitely not something targeted to me or my family, but I really did enjoy, like I said, the message that's in here, teaching kids, especially kids with really dark skin, that they are beautiful no matter what. And so this, like I said, it's a really, really good, cute book. It's probably not going to be my personal favorite just because I'm definitely not the targeted audience for this, but I can definitely see why it's on this top 10 list. Let's try another one. We Are Not Friends. The end. Yay! Good book, good book. Okay. This is another one that I feel like could be a good book, but it's definitely not for me, or at least not at his age. This is one of those books that each of the characters sort of has their own lines, and there's no directions, or everything's dialogue. And the issue for me is that this definitely feels like a really younger version of like a comic or a graphic novel. And I feel like this is made more for kids reading picture books who are not quite ready for bigger books, but they can sort of read some of it by themselves, because this is really, really hard to read to someone, especially someone who's not going to fully pay attention to all the pages that we're actually reading. Again, it's really cute. I love the style of like the art and everything, but this is definitely not something I prefer. So far, a lot of these picture books are not necessarily ones that I have a preference for. We haven't had any ones that are too much rhyming. Like, I think the only one that I can remember is like Unicorn Day. Some of them have been really cute. Some of them have good messages and stuff, but they're just, again, not my thing. We have one other book here besides the A Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood, which I just don't think we're actually gonna read. This is way too long, and it's poetry. It's not actually like a picture book. So I feel like what we're gonna do is, in a little while, read A Piglet Named Mercy, and then try to read some of these a second or third time in the next couple days. We only have about 3 days left until the end of the finals, and then we'll see who won. The end. Yay! Good book, good book, good book. Okay, so this was the last book we needed to finish for our reading the top 10 Goodreads picture books. This one was pretty cute. I liked the pictures, like the artistry style in it. I've never read the Mercy Watson like chapter books, so I don't know much about this character or anything like that, but it was a pretty cute story. Like, I want to say it's probably like middle of the pack. I do have some books that I just haven't really enjoyed, along with some books that I've really enjoyed, and I could definitely see us reading over and over and over again. So I think what I will do next is I will take you guys upstairs and we can talk about the overall feelings of these books. Wow, I just need to get rid of baby clothes. They're completely in the way. Also, we did make a bookshelf for his big books. We have not really done anything with it yet, so that will be happening soon. But I did want to just go over the wrap-up of the books. And I think I'm just going to go from like least liked to most liked. I don't know if I can really rate these. I will try. So first one we have here is A Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood by Fred Rogers. I did not even read this. It is so thick, and it's basically just poetry slash like song lyrics from the show. This is not what I would consider a picture book, and so I did not read this. I would not have been able to get through this reading it to Presley. As he gets older, maybe, but yeah, not currently. And then we have some books here that I would consider maybe like personally like 2 stars. They're just ones that I didn't really jive with. We have We Are Not Friends by Anna Kong. This is just not an easy book to read to somebody else. It is very much like what I would consider a comic or a graphic novel in picture book form. We also have Just Because by Mac Barnett. Pictures are pretty cute, but I was expecting more from it. It went by way too quickly, and the explanations for things were way out of left field. The reason why I think it's why it rains. Oh no. The reason why the ocean's blue is because fish take out guitars and sing sad songs and cry. Like, I just did not like this very much. And then also A Tiger Like Me by Michael Engler. This one was too long, and I did not like the writing style. The art style in this is gorgeous. I really enjoyed that part of it, but the actual story, I do not want to have to read again and again and again every night, and it was just way too long to keep a little one's attention. Then we have the books that I'm gonna consider, I guess, a 3-star. These ones were good. They're just not for me personally. So, I mean, it could even have a higher star rating, but it's not ones that I would vote for in the Goodreads Choice Awards. So we have Sulwe by Lupita Nyong'o. Again, really cute, love the art style, really, really good message. It is just not for me or my son. We are not the target audience for this. Same thing with Hair Love. We are not the target audience. This was a really, really cute story. Loved the art. This was quicker to get through than Sulwe. Sulwe has a lot more writing and lines in it. This one is quicker to read, so I actually like this slightly more. But again, we're not the target audience. I personally would not be voting for it in the Goodreads Choice Awards. We then have a 4-star, A Piglet Named Mercy. I don't know the backstory, or I guess technically this is the backstory. I don't know the actual story of the pig named Mercy, which are the chapter books by Kate DiCamillo. But did I not say Hair Love, Matthew A. Cherry, Piglet Named Mercy, Kate DiCamillo? I don't know the backstory stuff for the actual chapter books, but I loved the art style on this. It was very quick to read, and it is sort of cute and unconventional, and I have a feeling that this would be a good one to start with, like as picture books, and then as your kid gets older they can get into the chapter books. So I actually did enjoy this quite a bit. And then we have our like 4.5, 5-star range. This one doesn't have a dust jacket on it because I definitely have been reading this, but it's Because by Mo Willems. This one was just really adorable. It made me choke up near the end. It was so cute. It's about, you know, music and everything like that, but it also is like cause and effect of things in children's lives. I don't know. It was just really, really cute. We also have Unicorn Day. This is by Diana Murray. This is the only one that I read that actually has like the traditional children's books, like rhyming scheme, which I usually really prefer, and I did think this one was absolutely adorable. I would give this like 4.5 or 5 stars, but it's the only one out of all these books that did that, which is a little surprising to me because like my favorite children's books are the Pig the Pug books, and those ones definitely have a rhyming scheme. But this, really cute, liked this a lot. And then we have the one that I had previously read, The Good Egg by Jory John, and this actually is the book that I'm going to vote for again in the Goodreads Choice Awards. I love this book so much. It does not rhyme, which is a little surprising because I usually prefer that, but the characters and like the art style and just the way that they have a message of like you don't have to be perfect. I really enjoy this book here, and so I was hoping to find a new favorite children's book I can read to Presley, and I did find some really good ones, but I guess I'm a little bit surprised at the fact that the one I had already read and was voting for in the first place is the one that I still want to vote for. I had a good time doing this. I did find some books that I might not have found otherwise, but I'm also realizing there's such a variety of children's books in this top 10. Like even the semifinals and the quarterfinals, there were other children's books that looked more interesting to me, and so I will actually probably be going through and like finding some of those later and seeing if they, for me personally, were better, but maybe they just weren't talked about as much, so they weren't voted on as much. But I am still all in for The Good Egg. I will see you guys once we know the voting results. Okay, so today is actually December 15th. I think the winners were posted on the 10th, but it took me this long to edit the video because I've been having a hard time finding a lot of time to actually sit down and do that because we've been quite busy doing life and Christmas things and whatnot, and I have somehow avoided finding out the picture book winner. I did find out some of the other ones because I follow like the authors on social media, and I voted for those books, and I was very happy to see that they won. But we are gonna go and see the picture book winner. Let's see, view results for picture books. And the winner is the one I didn't read. A Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood, The Poetry of Mr. Rogers, had 29,000 votes, which I find very interesting. And then I feel like they go in order from then. So Sulway was the second one that lost with a total of 26,000 votes. So it was basically a whole 3,000 lower. And then my book, The Good Egg, was third with 18,000. Who knows with these Goodreads Choice Awards. I know some people have basically sworn off Goodreads because of the popularity contest that the awards are, and yeah, I would not consider the Mr. Rogers book a picture book, and I find it very interesting that it won. But that's the way it works. If you guys like this video, give it a thumbs up to let me know. Thank you for making it all the way this far if you did in the first place, because I know this is a long video. I rambled a lot. It happens. Subscribe to this channel if you would like to see more videos. I have videos up Mondays and Thursdays, so I will see you then. Bye.